Good evening and welcome to the IRL PlayStation F2 League, sponsored by Nailcode Hall and brought to you in partnership with gridfinder.com. My name is Mark, and alongside me in the commentary booth is Ellen. Ellen, are you there, mate? How are you doing?
I'm good, I'm here, and I cannot wait for tonight, Mark. We had an absolutely superb race last week around Jeddah. These guys put on a real show for us, and tonight we're here in Mexico, and usually Mexico brings good racing as well. And with how these championships are looking, Mark, I'm really excited for this one.
Yeah. The championship standings, as you all can see right now, they are so close at the top and in the midfield. At the top, I think it's a three-horse race between David Forty, Tines Optioneel, and JP. Or do you think there are some outsiders for the title, Ellen? What do you think?
No, I have to agree that it is now between the top three. I think JPH in fourth is just a bit too far behind now. I think you would need those guys ahead of him to have some real off races in the next 2 or 3 races to put him in contention. But I think looking at that standings, you've got JPH in third, who's forced his way into this championship fight, hasn't he? He's been absolutely superb. The last 4 races, he's got 3 wins and a second place. So, yeah, he's done everything he needs to do to get into this fight for the championship. And with only 14 points between him and David 46, I think David will be thinking he needs to have a big result tonight to fend him off.
Yeah, it's all to play for. I'm not pretty sure what JP has found in those 4 races, because his results before those 4 races, well, they were decent, but not that good. And then Abu Dhabi turned it all around with a second place. And then in USA and in Monaco, he took the race win, but also the fastest lap. So both are 16 points. So that's really impressive from JP. And I'm looking forward to see if he can extend this series of races where he is doing such a good job. It's, will be interesting to see. Same goes for the constructor standings. McLaren was an early favorite, but the last 4 or 5 races, they haven't been up there. I would say this is always also a 3-horse race.
Yeah, I think unfortunately for McLaren, they have fallen out of contention really now. Michael Lutke didn't race last week, which didn't help, but he's back with us tonight, so they'll be hoping to stop the rot really and get things back to where they were at the beginning of the season. But I have to say, Ferrari, big result for them last week. Emke getting a well-deserved podium. It was a great fight, wasn't it, for the lead? And Ferrari needed that with David 46 having technical issues last week. But I have to really say Alpine, I think, have looked very good. I wouldn't, this is no disrespect to Alpine, I would not say they are the strongest driver lineup, but what they are strong at, what they've been great at this season, is their consistency, and they're always there or thereabouts within fighting for good points. They don't seem to trip themselves up or getting into any silly issues. So Alpine, I think, have been absolutely fantastic and thoroughly deserve to be right up there fighting Ferrari.
Yeah, definitely. It will be interesting to see. And what I'm also looking forward for to see tonight is the weather in Mexico, because it can get a bit wet, if I'm correct. If I look at the previous seasons we did, and we raced around Mexico while we are starting this qualifying session. So let's see what the weather will actually be. But we've seen some wet races, but it looks a bit cloudy to me, but it seems dry, if I'm correct there.
Yeah, I haven't got any information yet from a local weather reporter, but as you say, it looks overcast but dry, and I'll be hoping that maybe we find out sooner or later if we're going to have any issues race-wise. But going into quali, Mark, we had a bit of a discussion in practice a few days ago, and you think that a one-stop is a strong strategy if you could pull it off with the tyre wear. How would you approach qualifying though beforehand? Would you try and qualify on that medium tyre, or do you think the soft's the way to go?
Well, it should depend on the pace, I think. If I know my pace is really, really good, I think I would try to qualify on the mediums, because I think the strategy medium to soft is the best strategy. If you need those softs to qualify into the top 7, I'd say, then use them. Then just start on the softs and see how your race will go. Maybe a safety car around lap 10 will come and you were lucky then, you know. But I definitely think the one stop is the way to go. But let's see if the guys think the same. I'm not too sure. I've been wrong a couple of times this season, so maybe my tire choice predictions are not that accurate for this league. But I would definitely see a one-stop be the winning strategy today.
What I'll be interested to see is how MK gets on this evening. He's been our qualifying expert, hasn't he, this season? And after a strong result last week, he'll be hoping to really build on that and provide another strong result for Ferrari. He's currently out with his teammates. A lot of people are already out. Him and his teammate both out on the soft tyre at the moment. David 46 and Emke are coming up to the stadium section now. Emke just overtaking his teammate. No, he's let his teammate back through. So, yeah, I don't know if any towing will be involved tonight, Mark. What do you think down that long straight?
Well, if you can time it, I would say go for it, but it's so incredibly hard to time it right. I just think if you're in the position to help your teammate out while you're on out or in lap, do it, but not try to do it, you know. If you try to manage that, I think at the end you won't get it, and it will actually lose you some time. But yeah, as I said, as you are just out on track and you happen to be there, take this opportunity, because the slipstream will be mega and it will help. So yeah, but it won't be something I would be trying. Let's see what the first time of the night will be. Dave is in the last corner right now, and the first time of this evening is 17.8. What times do you expect to see, Aaron? Is it?
That's a good question. Idea? I don't know. I don't know. As Messi has just done a 16.8, so Messi right up there. Louis as well, and Michael Lutke. That's a strong time there for Michael Lutke on the medium tyre, 16.9. That is a strong time. I'm watching MK coming through the stadium section now. He made a slight mistake earlier in the lap, so this might not be his strongest lap time, but still a 16.3 puts him right up there. And I think this time to be fine from MK, and I think David 46 as well, because oh well, there you go, look, JP he's back once again with a 16.1, and I think MK might have been around there myself. He did run slightly wider in corner. I thought it was going to invalidate him, but it didn't, and I think that's probably where MK would have gone. But yeah, JP is carrying on this fine form and is currently sitting pretty in that first place at the moment.
Yeah, he's looking really strong, especially for a first run. And oh, Daryl just hit the wall on the exit of the final corner. That's unfortunate for him, but still a 60.9. But there was more to come. He had a bit of an incident there. But I do expect to see the time dropping quite a bit. If I would have to name a time which I think will be a pole time, it would be like a 15.6, 15.7, I think. Good evening, Rens. And Rens is just saying exactly at the same time as me. He thinks a 15.7 is the benchmark. So yeah, 15.6, 15.7, that's my guess as well, mate.
Let's see if you're right. These are good benchmark times early on from the guys. But I was quite impressed with Michael Lutke's time with a 16.9 on the medium tyre. Be interested to see what he could do on a soft tyre if he opted to go that way. But not everybody has set a time yet. We've got Titus. He's currently out there on a medium tyre, and he's just starting his first flying run now. He's heading down to turn 1.
Let's ride aboard with him for the whole of this lap while he is doing turn 1. Turn 2 takes it in third gear. He stays in third, no short shift, but he is good under traction. Bruce Lee Harding is getting out of his way. That's always good to see. Always tricky braking zone here. He stays in third. Ooh, the entry of this part of the track is not how you ideally would want it, I think. But then in this S section, always tricky, especially in the race. If you hit the curb wrong, you're into the wall. I know how it feels. I did it on Monday, but Tines is doing it perfectly so far. Into the stadium section. No downforce at all at this speed of cars, but he keeps it nice and tidy. Coming up to the start-finish straight, and his time of the evening on the mediums is a 17.4 into P9. I must say the lap looked a bit faster to me while I was riding aboard with him, but well, as a first banker, it's okay, I think.
Yeah, I think he might be a little disappointed he didn't at least get closer to Michael Lutke's time of a 16.9, and I'm just going through the pit lane now, and it looks like Michael Lutke is not going to stick with those medium tyres. A set of soft tyres is being bolted onto that McLaren, so he's thinking, I've got an opportunity here to get on the front row, maybe even get pole position. But right now, second runs are about to start, Mark. Both the Ferraris out there. Louis in 7th. He's out there now on a set of soft tyres as well as S&P Legendary. So second run's just about to get underway. Yeah,
and we haven't talked about him a lot during this season, but our Greek driver Kosmesi in P4 at the moment on the medium tire starts an outlap on fresh mediums, I believe. Or is it the same as he did use in the previous run? I think it's the same. But let's see what he can do. P4. That's it's looking good for him.
Yeah, let's hope it can solve issues in race trim. And I just want to say as well, because we haven't mentioned it yet, a big welcome to Jack in the Alfa Romeo. He's new this evening in F3. He's out there now on the medium tyre, down in 16th at the moment, just finding his feet. Be interested to see how he does this evening. I'll be honest, I don't know his pace really. I haven't got much information on him. He's going to come across the line. Is he going to improve? He does improve, and it's a 17.5 on those medium tyres. That jumps him up to P10.
Yeah, it's a good lap time. Right in the middle of the pack. Will be fun in turn 1 and turn 2. There's always like some nerves at the start of a race, but like imagine on your first ever race and then being in the midfield. But what a lap there from Louis into the professional pole time with a 16 flat. That's a good lap from the Red Bull driver. It is a good lap, and let's see what...
Oh!
Sorry there.
Oh, Emke at the corner where you lost it on Monday night. Sorry to remind you of that, Mark. Emke didn't lose it as dramatically as you did, but his car got all out of shape. He had to run straight across the track. That's his effort gone. So Emke, unfortunately, is not going to improve this run, but David 46 should improve, and look at that. We're into the 15s, around where you said 15.8. That is a decent, and that's exactly what we were talking about. David 46 needs to have a big night tonight with all the form going in JP's hands at the moment. This is exactly what David 46 needed.
Definitely, this is what he needed, and it's a good lap. 15.8, you know, he's got the time on the board. He can go back into the pits, get a brand new set of tires, and he can just risk it all in the final run, because, you know, a 15.8 is already a really strong and good lap time. So I'm looking forward to see. Oh, Michael Lutke, 15.4. Wow. All right.
Wow.
We're getting started now.
That's a lap.
That is
a lap. Wow. I didn't see that coming. I did say, though, he looked strong on the medium tyre, and I thought he might be able to go much better on the soft, and he has certainly done that. Wow, that is a statement lap from Michael Lutke. And it's exactly what we were saying. McLaren need, also like David 46, McLaren need a big night as well to try and get out the funk they are in, and that is exactly what McLaren wanted. I was riding on board with Emke. He went for another go on those soft tyres. Unfortunately, got all out of shape after the middle DRS sector, and he had to abandon it. He was just under 2/10 up on his previous time as well. So time is there for Emke. He just needs to fix those little issues he's been having through the middle sector.
Yeah, that's true, but maybe it's a good thing he didn't continue that lap, because, you know, starting this race on a 2 or 3 laps old soft tire, that's not what you want to do, because the tire, if you are going to do a one stop, of course, will be really high. You need to do some management, and starting on worn tires, that's not what you want to do. Riding aboard with Tines, he is looking really strong, almost a second quicker than his P12 lap time of a 17.4. It will be looking to be like a 16.3, 16.2, I would say around P5. Let's see, what can he do? Tines, P3. Amazing sector 3. 16 flat. I think he will be happy with that time.
Yeah, definitely, and I'm just riding on board with JP in the Mercedes, and he is also improving. It should, at the moment, looking like he's going to dip him into the 15s. He's just under 2/10 up on his previous time. He doesn't want to lose too much time through this, not castle section, that's Baku, through the stadium section here of Mexico. Round the final corner. JP's not happy with it though,
no.
And he boxes. So something he wasn't keen on. He was up, but he's decided, no, I'm not happy with that final few corners. And as boxer, JP, the winner of the last 3 races, is back into the pits down in P5.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for him. I think something happened in Sector 3. Rens just saying Michael Lutke 100 plus missed calls from the real Zach Brown. Yeah, it's a good lap time. It's looking good for him. Well, we'll see. Yeah, S&P Legendary taking interesting lines through the S section. He basically straight lines every part there to get quicker to the pits, I believe. Let's see who is on a hot lap. Bruce Lee Harding. Let's see what he can do. He is he on a hot lap? I don't think he is. No, he's not.
Jolly is on a hot lap. If you, he's just coming around to the final corner now. I don't know if he's going to improve. Oh no, he was hovering around the time he'd already set up a 17.8, and he lost just over a tenth through the final sector. So unfortunately for Jolly, he's down in 17th place at the moment. Tina's his teammate up in 3rd, so he'll be finding this a bit frustrating at the moment. He's not a bit further up the field.
Yeah, and I think Jolly, you know, he got a lot of pace in him, but he can't seem to get it out on track. It's maybe his nerves, I don't know what it is, but he's got the pace, but when it matters, he cannot get it all together. But entering the final stage of this qualifying, who is your top 3, Adam? And also for you guys in the chat, let us know the top 3 drivers for this qualifying session. But Adam, you can go first.
I have to say, this is probably one of the hardest predictions, because last week the guys at the top looked out of this world, didn't they? And this time, I'd say Michael Lutke's. I'd say he's going to stick with pole position, is my guess. That's a really strong lap from him, and for David 46 to find around 0.4 of a second or more to top Michael Lutke, I think is going to be one hell of a lap from David 46. But who knows? Let's see if he proves me wrong, as he's about to start his final lap now. And I reckon we might see Louis sneak into that top 3, as David 46 was about to start his flying lap, but he's just slowed down the start-finish straight there. Oh, he was giving a toe to his teammate Mark. We were talking about it. Wow. He gave a toe to Emke. Emke flew up to the back of David 46, and Emke now on his flying lap now, going for it. That is fascinating. I didn't think we'd see it, but there you go.
Well, I'm a bit surprised to see that, to be honest.
Wow. And Emke 0.2 of a second up in the first sector. So that toe has really worked.
Oh,
wow.
Louis, 15.2, and
wow.
he had a moment in the first couple of corners. I was riding aboard with him, and he had a lot of oversteer coming out of turn 3 it was. And still this lap time, so there was even more in it. Wow. That's a really good lap time. Let's see David 40 now. No, it's not his lap. Oh, of course, he did the slipstream. But what will Emke do with it then? What time will Emke set?
It's about 0.4 up, Mark, coming into the stadium section now. What can he do? Oh, well,
It's P3.
Our qualifying master is being bettered tonight, and Louis, I said Louis might sneak into that top 3. Not only has he snuck into that top 3, he's absolutely smashed Michael Lutke's time, and Michael Lutke now about to start his final flying lap. What can he do, Mark? Can he improve on that? Can he even dip it into the 14s maybe? Are we going that crazy?
I think he can improve, and it will be around the 15.2 as well. But in the meantime, Michael Lutke is still on the outlap. I'm riding aboard with David 40, who has just started his lap. He's done 2 outlaps because of the slipstream he gave to his teammate Emke, but what can he do in his own lap? He's in sector 2 now in the S section. He looks clean through here. What will the delta time say? Oh, he's almost a tenth faster than his own time. That won't be enough. He needs to find some more. Let's see. Can he do it?
Just to let you know, Michael Lutke, sorry Mark, has invalidated on his final run, so he won't be improving.
Oh, that's unfortunate for him. David 40 gets it into P4. Tinus into P5. Watch out for Bruce Lee Harding. This was Renz saying. What time is he doing? In the Alpine car. He's in P14. That's not where you would expect him to be.
Oh, he's invalidated.
Oh, invalidation. JPH is also on a quick run. Almost a second up on his time. A second faster now. But that won't be enough. He will be looking at a top 10 position in that case. And he is coming into the pits. I think this is it then. I think this will be our qualifying result. With the pole position for Louis in the Red Bull. Amazing lap time. What a good lap. I'm a bit surprised with these times, to be honest. I did not expect it.
Yeah, that time from Louis, I have to say, came out of nowhere, but he looked fast, didn't he? From the very beginning of this qualifying session, and really was a statement lap for him there. And I think the big surprise for me is Emke down in 6th place. He just really couldn't nail a lap tonight, which it's been his speciality. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on from in the middle of that top 10 for the start of this race. And just to let you know quickly, Mark, we've got a dry race as well, so there'll be no rain this evening.
Good. That's what most of the times what I like to see, you know. I think in the dry you see better racing. What I also expect to see in the race will be a lot of time penalties, because this track, it's so easy to stack them up. But so far, this is the qualifying result of the Mexican Grand Prix in the F3 League. Louis takes home the pole position. Michael Lutke P2 and JP in P3. David 40, the quickest Ferrari today in quali, P4. Tinus P5. Emke in the second Ferrari takes home P6. Daryl in P7. Suspot P8. Richard in 9th. And SMP Legendary in P10. 11th, Dave de Kale. Cosmesi P12, 13 for O. Steven, 14 Bruce Lee Hardin, 15 Towel, 16 the new driver Jack. Looking forward to see what he can do in the race. JPH P17, and at the back of the grid, Jolly Joder in P18 in the Aston Martin. Let's see what the guys can do in the race condition. Rens is saying Louis was throwing the car around. You're going to kill the tires that way. Yeah, let's see what he can do in the race. Maybe he will be looking for a 2-stop, so it's not too big of an issue for him. Could be, of course.
I think it's going to be interesting because this start of this race, it's not necessarily always best to be in pole position, is it? With that long run down to turn 1, you could easily be slipstreamed from behind and find yourself in 2nd, 3rd, or even 4th place if you not get a good start. So be interested to see how the start of this race goes for Louis, and if Michael Lutke or even Emke or David 46 or somebody like that behind can make up real positions even before they've got into turn 1.
Yeah, if you get like a really, really good start, I would probably say P3 will be one of the best positions to start in. You know, you get immediately, you can tuck in the slipstream. If you start is good enough, you will be alongside the P2, so he cannot move to the to your line. So let's see what JP can do on this start. We already starting the formation lap. The guys didn't have a lot of time to prepare for the race and fine-tune the setups. Yeah, it still looks a bit cloudy to me.
Yeah, but hopefully no spots of rain fall from that. And just to let you know, as always, as we're on the formation lap, Mark, outside of the top 10, nobody fancying that hard tyre whatsoever. We've got only O. Steven and Jolly in 13th and 18th on the soft tyre. Everybody else on the... Oh, and sorry, Dave DeCarla in 11th on the soft tyre, and everybody else on the medium tyre. So the likes of Cosmesi, who is in 12th place, will be hoping to get amongst them in the top 10 and make most of that medium tyre, as the guys will have to pit earlier on those used softs.
Yeah, I think Cosmesi, he would really need to look after his car in the first stint, because the first couple of laps on the mediums, the tires won't be on the temperature, so they can be a bit slidey. And you know, he hasn't had the best season so far. He had a lot of incidents in the race, not being that consistent, so I'm hoping for him he can get a consistency tonight and score good points for his team. So looking forward to see that. Now here we go, the guys are in the stadium section, coming up to the long start-finish straight, lining up the cars for the start. So let's see who will have the best race start. You know, at this track you could even see P5, P6 go right into the top positions. But I guess we find out very soon. This is the IRL PlayStation F2 League, sponsored by Nail Code Hall and brought to you in partnership with gridfinder.com. And I really hope we are going to have a banger of a race. Enjoy. Let's see. David, JP and Tinas, that's what Rens is saying. Well, let's see what it will be. 5 red lights.
Oh no!
No. There we go, and David 40, drive-through penalty, a jump start. Yeah, he will be in the top spot now, but that won't be where he will stay.
I was sat on board with David 46, Mark, and it wasn't much at all. He nudged forward by a foot or two, if that, and it was enough to trigger the drive-through penalty. And that is a disaster for David 46 in terms of a fight for this championship, because that's going to drop him all the way to the back of the field.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate for him. He needed a good result today, and well, this is definitely not helping him. So far, it seems to be a pretty clean start. Some battles at the back.
We've had an incident, with F1 Richard. I don't know what's happened there. He's pulled to one side, no front wing, and it looks like F1 Richard at this early stage is already out of the race.
Yeah, seems like it. He parked his car into the grass. I believe he is still in the race, right? So let's see.
He is still in the race, but I'm not sure what is actually happening. Sorry.
No, same for me. But let's see. We're going into the long start-finish straight, where David Forty immediately goes into the pits to serve his penalty. But JP, only 3 tenths behind Michael Lutke. What can he do? Can he do a move already? Into turn 1. Not yet. I think he's just waiting a little bit for the DRS to come. But he stays pretty close. Only 4 tenths is the gap. A bit further back. Everyone is pretty close right now, of course, after 1 lap, but we didn't see any weird or crazy dive bombs, which you can easily expect in this track. So I'm happy to see that.
Just a bit further down, I'd say, Mark, it's been a great start for Bruce Lee Harding, up 5 positions into the top 10. As we've lost Dave DeCarla, he's into the wall at the S section. Can he keep his car going? He does keep his car going. I assume he must have. Yeah, he's got front wing damage by the looks of it. So yeah, disaster for Dave DeCarla, and it's really easy through that S section to lose the car. So unfortunately for him, that's dropped him to the back of the field. But yeah, as I was saying, Bruce Lee Harding's on the medium tyre, up 5 positions into the top 10 already. Solid start for him.
Yeah, he is having a really good start.
Oh, as JP, can JP get the move done on Michael Lutke? Yes, he can. Look at that, Mark. JP now into second place, and he knows now there's a real opportunity to score big points on his rival. Now, David 46 is down in 16th place.
Oh, so is Tinus. Tinus put it on the outside of Michael Lutke. Can he keep this position? Yes, he can. Tinus into P3, and Michael lost 2 positions in just two straights. And we have a VSC. A VSC out on track. Not sure what it's for.
No, I don't know either. I saw the yellow flags flash up, but I actually didn't see who the VSC, who caused the VSC, I should say. So, yeah, I don't know why that's out.
No, me neither. It's but yeah, luckily enough for Tinus, he was just in time with his move. He was just in front of Michael Lutke, and then the VSC came out. So he is up to P3 now. But Michael, he will be looking to fight back, I think. Oh no, Legendary with a drive-through penalty, speeding under the VSC.
I think Tinus has also got a drive-through penalty for speeding under VSC. He's got a penalty alongside his name. But look at this, Michael Lutke and Tinus. Wow. Where did that pace come from, Mark?
Oh my god, who will win out? Tinus into P2. Oh, JP ran a bit wide. I believe it was JP. Tinus into P2. He does have a time penalty though.
Yeah, he has a drive-through penalty, Mark. Drive-through penalty for Tinus. Same as SMP Legendary.
Oh no, I totally missed about that one. What a move. What a move. And what a good racing for those 3 guys. Going into 3 wide, and that part of a track is never easy. And it looks like Tinus can drive away a little bit. Daryl with a 3-second time penalty. That's early to get one. That's really early, but let's see what Cosmesi, the Greek driver, can do in the AlphaTauri. Only 2 tenths behind Bruce Lee Harding. Both are on the medium tires. He was already having a bit of a look in the last DRS zone, but now he's coming up to the start-finish straight. Bruce Lee Harding has massive moment, a bit massive tank slapper, but he kept it on track. But here we will see an overtake. I think the DRS wide open. He is using ERS as well, already alongside. But Bruce Lee Harding was thinking about fighting back, but he just accepts it and starts back in to P9. Good racing there. Good racing.
Meanwhile, Mark, at the top, JP is trying his best to reel in Louis, but I think it's been a fantastic restart under the VSC from Louis. Louis has built pretty much a 3-second gap to guys behind his. Emke, out of nowhere, has stolen third place off of Michael Ludke there. That's a great move from Emke just before the S section. And I have to say, did Michael Ludke make an error somewhere? Because Michael Ludke was within the DRS of JP not too long previously, and now he finds himself 2.5 seconds behind JP. So I'm wondering whether Emke took advantage of a mistake from Michael Ludke there. So JP now in second place with a gap to P3, but JP will be open to try and reel in Louis. It's still sat at 3 seconds, and while I've been talking, Michael Ludke now is coming to retake that position on Emke, and Michael Ludke back into P3. So good battling for that final podium place. Michael Ludke doing his best. And while I was talking as well, Tinas also picked up another penalty, 3 seconds. So it's going from bad to worse for him this evening, down in P14.
Yeah, it's not his night so far, but we already see a lot of time penalties and only 6 lap time. That's quite a lot. We see 3 seconds for Daryl, for Cosmesi, for JPH, for Jack, and for Tinas. So that's not what you would like to see, especially in early stage of the race. But yeah, hopefully for those guys, they can just keep it at those 3 seconds, because if they get any more, it will be not good for the finishing positions, I think. Michael Ludke just is over a second in front of Emke behind him, so no DRS as it stands. So that's good for the McLaren driver.
I'd say it's also a good start to the race for Daryl Whiffen. The other Red Bull driver is in P5. Decent race for him. He does have a time penalty, which may cost him a place or two later on in the race, but he's sitting nicely in P5. So Spud is around 2 seconds behind him, so no real threat at the moment from behind. And Daryl Whiffen looking to try and get onto the back of Emke, riding on board with him. He can see the Ferrari just up ahead. If he can just find a bit more pace, he might be in this fight for the podium.
Yeah, he might be. He might be. Interesting to see how this race will go along. There's a really good battle for P10 on track with JPH, Jack, Saudi, Jolly. All the cars are just within a second of each other. But so far, JPH is still in front, so that's impressive to see. Tinas
Tinas. Sorry, Matt. Tinas is. There was team orders at Aston Martin. Jolly moved to the right hand side to allow Tinas pass, and now Jolly now will be trying to keep David 46 behind him for as long as possible here. But unfortunately, Jolly has not been able to make that work, and David 46 has got past him pretty quickly. But yeah, team orders at Aston Martin, which makes sense really, because Tinas in this championship fight.
Yeah, definitely. I think I would have done the same. You get those two guys fighting for the championship title. P13 and P14. That's not where we expected to see. And JP, he's in P2. He will be left, and he don't have any time penalties. He's in P2 in a solid position. He has the gap behind him. Well, there's a bit of a gap in front of him as well, but still, a P2 will be crucial in his title fight, I think.
Meanwhile, so Spud is now under pressure for P6 from O'Stephen in the McLaren. We haven't spoken much about O'Stephen this evening. O'Stephen on those soft tyres, started outside the top 10. He was within a second of Spud. Still is now. He lost a few tenths through the S section, but got it within. Oh, as Tinas picks up on another 3 second time penalty, and this could prove to be a real killer blow in his championship fight. At 6 seconds worth of time penalties now, and he's down in P13. But going back to this fight for P6, O'Stephen will be hoping to try and put Spud under pressure. And while these two are squabbling, this is giving the opportunity for Daryl Whiffen to get even further ahead of Sir Spud. He's got it up to about 3 seconds now. Here comes O'Stephen. Huge run there. He's going to late break into the first corner. Can he get the move done? Sir Spud is closing the door. Runs deep, Sir Spud. Can O'Stephen go around the outside? Sir Spud bounces all over the curves. And O'Stephen, nice move there from the McLaren driver into P6. It costs Messi now looking to take advantage of Sir Spud's error over the curves. Can Messi get the move done? Yes, he can. So in the space of 2 corners, Mark, Sir Spud has lost 2 places. That's really frustrated for himself there.
Yeah, some good racing we just seen. First of all, of O'Stephen to get the move done, get the car stopped in time, and then had that battle with Sir Spud, but also from Messi, who you know, he's on the medium tires. And he is going for the move on O'Stephen. Oh, not yet, but he will be on the start-finish straight, I think. So I think this is the point where the mediums are actually faster than the soft tires, and Messi, he will be just reeling in the guys in front of him. I don't think O'Stephen can put up much of a fight against the AlphaTauri driver now. Daryl into the pits.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, I was just about to say. Also, who's been into the pits, Mark, is David46. Now, my question for you is, can you take the medium tyre from lap 10 to lap 36?
Meanwhile, Messi has got the move done. He's into P5. Good run. Good racing for him. But to answer your question, yeah, I think you can. If you can manage them. But you need to manage them. They will be at a critical phase at the end of the race, but I think you can get them to the end, but they will be screaming the last 3 or 4 laps. So interesting at the front, Mark. JP has managed to get the time down to around 2.2 seconds. It was nearer to 3, so JP finding a bit of time now. Is he going to pit? Yes, JP in second place has pitted along with Louis. So our front 2 guys have pitted. Interesting. Are they doing a 2-stop or are they doing a 1-stop? JP on the mediums. Louis is on a set of softs again by the looks of it. So I think Louis is a 2-stopping, JP 1-stopping. That will be interesting to see, and we will see a battle at the end of this race, and I think between those guys. And here we have Efron Richard in the chat. He has some technical difficulties with his PS5, unfortunately, so that may be the cause of his DNF. That's very unfortunate, mate.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
We thought it wasn't like F1 Richard, was it? He's not normally pulling up to the side of the track like that, so it's really unfortunate to see him having issues, and we hope to see him back to his best next week. Meanwhile, the Messi fans, I hope they're going wild, because he's currently leading this race 1.4 seconds ahead of O'Stephen. So, and Jack as well. Jack, the new guy, is putting O'Stephen under massive pressure. O'Stephen, I think, is probably struggling on those soft tyres now, and Jack within a second of O'Stephen here, and I wouldn't be surprised to see O'Stephen. Oh, we've lost Towel, Mark.
What happened to him?
He's crashed at the end of the S section.
Yeah, he just lost it. He is out. MQ with a 3-second time penalty. Do we have a safety car? Not yet. No, I don't think we will see one. Jack into P2. That's what you would like to say. Like to see in your first race, I think. Yeah, you stay clean, and that's when you will find yourself into P2. But Louis, it will be crucial for him to get rid of the guys in front of him as soon as possible, because otherwise he will lose so much time. You know, he's only 5 tenths behind JPH, but he will be stuck in the S section, I think. Or he will do a really, really risky move here, and you don't want to risk your whole race now. But I think he might have risked it all doing the 2-stop.
What I find fascinating, Mark, is look behind Louis. JP on those medium tyres is hanging on to the back of Louis. Yes, Louis is being held up right now behind JPH, but JP is hanging on to Louis, and here comes Louis now. He's got to get the move done now, hasn't he? Can he get the move done before the stadium section? Yes, he does. Into P3 ahead of JPH in the Alpine. Two more cars to get done now, Mark, and yeah, he needs to really start building that gap to JP.
Good move, and here we'll be looking to get Jack into turn 1. The gap is already 5/10. He just clears 5/10 just in the stadium section, so I don't think Jack can put up a fight. And the Cosmesi fans, they want to end the race right now. They think it's the perfect time. Oh, Johnny retired.
Yeah, S section again has got we got a safety car.
Oh my
safety
God!
Car.
This could actually save. Well, maybe not.
Would you pit for mediums if you were Louis?
Yeah, 100%. He really need to pit, but I think that this is not ideal for Cosmesi, for Jack and JPH. Same goes for Bruce Lee Harding. It's too early.
Yeah.
To get those softs to the end. I think they are committed to a 2-stop now. They will need to box and get new tires because otherwise they just get eaten by. They will need to pit. I'm 100% certain of that, but what tires are they going to get? Are they picking the softs to create a gap? Maybe do a double soft run. That's what I would do, I think.
Yeah, Cosmesi into the pits, Mark. Louis into the pits, crucially. Jack into the pits. JPH into the pits. So, yeah, JP in the Mercedes has now taken the lead. And it'll be interesting to see where Louis filters back out into this pack. He's currently in P5, down to P6 now. He looks like he might hang on to P6 if he can get out just before Spud.
Can he?
No, he can't. Oh. So yeah, so Spud fills out, and that's a disaster, isn't it, for Louis when he went onto those soft tyres and this safety car come out because he was looking strong, and now he's got a lot of work to do to get back up with JP in first.
It will be interesting to see what Cosmesi and Spud can do in this race, because they have the better tire after the safety car restart, but they need to pit again. While the other guys around them, they can finish this race. Louis, he wants to jump those guys as soon as possible to stay close to the top 4. Sorry. But yeah, those soft tires, they will be better in the first stint after the safety car. So this is really interesting what will happen now. I can't really tell who will come out on top of this race.
I think, me personally, JP is looking very strong once again this evening. Michael, look, he's right there, but he lost a bit of time towards the end to JP, so he'll hang on probably early on after the safety car. But I think JP in a very strong position right now. With what we're about halfway through this race right now, JP is in first place again. We're starting to get a bit of deja vu here, Mark. Yeah. JP in that Mercedes leading the race, following that bright red Mercedes safety car around. And what's also interesting is you've got Darrell Whiffen in third, who I think's also had a decent race, but look at the guys behind Michael Lutke on time penalties. So this could be really interesting towards the checkered flag, who gets what position, and that'd be interesting as well for Louis, because Louis right now doesn't have any time penalties, and that could benefit him towards the end of the race if he struggles to get past any of these guys ahead.
Yeah, definitely. He needs to stay clear of time penalties to get a good result, I think, because the guys in front of him have some time penalties. 6 seconds for Darrell, and then Emke, Cosmesi and Spud with 3 seconds of penalties. So if he can stay close, or finish close at least, and stay clear of penalties, it should be a good finishing position.
Hopefully, hopefully the safety car's in this time, Mark. The guys are, apart from Dave DeCarlo, who's in 50th place, all the guys are in the pack now, so we might get another lap of the safety car, because Dave DeCarlo is a little bit off. I didn't realise that until I just flicked onto him. And no, safety car's in this lap, so here we go then, Mark. I'm looking forward to this now. What can JP and Michael Lutke do? Can they get away from Darrell Whiffin?
Well, I definitely think both Lutke and Darrell will try to get the overtake done. You know, they get the slipstream. It's a long straight. Darrell almost in the gearbox of Michael Lutke there in the final corner.
What's happened to MK, Mark?
Oh my god, JP with a really good restart.
Oh no.
He got Michael Lutke napping, and Darrell will be looking to get the overtake done. He will be using ERS. Can he send it in the inside? No, he can't. His teammate though, he is going for the move on Sir Spot. Can he get it done? Not yet. No, Sir Spot is still in front. But no contact whatsoever, so that's good to see.
MK lost it to the final corner, Mark, before the safety car restarted. I don't know if he got contact, but he was facing the wrong way in the final corner. And MK was he in 4th, 5th place?
He was in P4.
He's now finding, yeah, he's 15th place now. He's last. I don't know what happened, but disaster for the Ferrari driver there. Both Ferrari cars now outside the top 10, not scoring any points. That could be massive in the constructors' battle.
Yeah, it's not the race for Ferrari yet. But with David Forte, you never know. Louis get the move done on Suspert. Entering the... Ooh, Suspert fights back around the outside. I'm sure there was a corner cut, but he is in front. In the arena section. But now we will see Louis on the start-finish straight. Trying to get the position back. Jack with a bit of wheel spin. We can see a tree in the bed here. With JPH, Louis and Jack. Let's see who will come out on top. And Louis will come out on top. And Jack decides to back out. You don't want to have any troubles in his first race, I think.
We've got a battle for P3 between Cos Messi and Darrell Whiffin. Darrell Whiffin, I don't know what happened there, Mark. Did you see that? He was on the grass briefly. I don't know if there was contact between the AlphaTauri and the Red Bull.
No, I think there was just no more room for Darrell to be there. And I'm not sure it was because Darrell just put his nose in there or because Cos Messi was closing the door on him. I couldn't see that properly from my camera angle. But it was safe to say there wasn't much room for Darrell there. He was in the grass, but Cos Messi on those soft tires, only 5/10 behind Michael Lutke now. He needs to get it done because the medium tires, they will be in a bad shape at the end of the race. So Cos Messi answers, but they need to get the moves done now. DRS enabled. Not on this straight, of course. Next one it will be.
What a battle we've got here for P6, Mark. Louis, JPH is side by side. Jack following JPH, getting a lovely tow. Louis is going to lose 2 places here if he's not careful in that Red Bull. Here comes JPH. Louis late on the brakes, very late on the brakes. Did he touch? I don't think they are. And Louis picked up a time penalty, and then he did touch. The Alpine and the Red Bull have touched. Can Jack do something about this? Steal both positions. He's overtook Louis and unfortunately just can't get past JPH. And disaster for Louis there. In a few corners, he's lost 2 places and got a time penalty.
Yeah, that's not how we expected it to be, I think. But let's go back to the Greek driver, Cos Messi, in the AlphaTauri. Half a second behind Michael Lutke, but he will have the DRS. And same for Michael Lutke, only 4/10 behind JP, who will also have the DRS. Michael and JP don't have any time penalties. So what will they do? They need to battle it out on track. We're in lap 18 out of 36. Who will come out on top at the end of this race? We're just halfway. But the DRS will be open now. 6/10. Is that too big of a gap? What do you think?
Oh, I don't know, to be honest. I think Cos Messi might just run out of room No, he's not going to have enough room, is he, to get the move done? He's close enough. I was looking a little bit further back, sorry, Mark, at S&P Legendary. He's just about to take 10th place off of O. Stephen. Gets the move done there. David 46 and Tinas have collided into turn 2. Tinas and David 46 have banged wheels. Tinas takes the place off of David 46 there, and Tinas having a good old battle with him. And in P5 and P6 and P7, there's battles everywhere, Mark. I can't keep up.
No, I'm riding aboard with Suspert at the moment, but he is right in the mix of it. Oh, that looks good fun to be inside of this battle, but Suspert in P7. JPH and Jack, they will need to get those moves done, but they cannot shake the DRS, I think. So that must be annoying for those soft runners, because they need to get it done now. Same for Suspert, by the way. Oh, JPH so close behind Daryl. In the stadium section, DRS will be open. But before, let's see first what Michael Lutke can do. Will he take the lead now? 2/10 of a gap. He goes on the inside of the Mercedes car. JP tries to fight back. But Michael Lutke, he gets the move done. And then we will see Cosmesi. Can he get himself into this battle? 3 wide. There we go. Cosmesi late on the braking. Oh, is there contact? I don't think there was, but... Oh, no. Michael Lutke and Cosmesi both really wide, out on track. Not sure what happened there. There was some contact. That's one thing I know. But JP back into the lead now. So, so Michael Lutke and Cosmesi, they need to do it all over again next lap. So that will be interesting to see. I thought Lutke and Cosmesi had it done, and but yeah, not yet. But time is ticking for Cosmesi. You know, his tires are 5 laps old now.
David 46. Oh, Stephen is a cork in the bottle to David 46. Oh, Stephen has frustrated the hell out of David 46's lap and a half. David 46 almost hit him the previous lap because he was just that much quicker than him. And finally, he got the move done before the stadium section. So David 46 lost 2.5 seconds stuck behind Oh, Stephen.
Ooh, sorry to interrupt you there, mate. Michael Lutke going for the move again into turn 1. Can he make a stick now? Yes, he can. And again, we see Cosmesi with a different line. Will he get the better action? Better exit, better traction to get it done. And the DRS, but those guys fighting will bring Jack into the battle as well. Cosmesi not close enough now, but Michael Lutke is in the lead of this race. JP picks up the first time penalty as well now. Sorry to interrupt you there, Adam.
No. When it's a battle for the lead, I'm more than happy for you to do it. And this is incredible. There's battles everywhere, Mark. There's a superb battle between Darrell Whiffen and Bruce Lee Harding for 7th place. There's a superb battle for 12th, 13th, and 14th place. I'm struggling to keep up here. There's just battles galore. Look at that. The top 6, look, all within a second of each other. This is incredible.
Yeah, it is insane, and we are coming up to the next DRS zone already.
Wow.
I don't even know where to look, mate. It's this battle for the lead will be crazy. All the guys are just weaving across the start-finish straight. Who will try to get a move done into turn 1? JP, he will try to get a lead of this Grand Prix back. And he will get it done. Oh, contact! Oh, no. Cosmesi and Michael Lutke. Michael got some damage there. They collided. Lost loads of positions. That's unfortunate for the two of them. Michael will need to pit.
I didn't see what happened there, Matt. What actually happened?
Well, they were just going side by side and there was some contact. And, at the end of turn 3, there was contact. The McLaren... I think it was just a bit of a tank slap, or it might have been from the contact, and they collided.
That's unfortunate.
So bad damage for Michael Lutke there. He needs to go into the pits, and also Cosmesi, he still in P7, but this was his moment on on his soft tires to get it done, and yeah, contact is not what you need then.
But look at that, Mark. The new guy is in second place right now. He's in absolute dreamland. He's within a second of JP in first place. JPH obviously close, as well as Louis, Bruce Lee Harding as well. These guys fighting it out for second place, as JP in first place is just starting to break that DRS, crucially breaking that DRS, because that DRS is looking very powerful tonight, isn't it? And further down, one of our other championship contenders, David 46, is found himself into P9 now, so he's got himself back into points, as JPH has managed to get ahead of Jack, so Jack drops down to P3.
You know, because of the time penalties, there's no way to tell who is going to finish where. Just a quick update: JP, 3-second time penalty; JPH, 3 seconds; Jack with a 6-second time penalty. That's not looking good for him because he will need to box again. Louis has a 3-second time penalty. Then Daryl with 6, Legendary with 6, Tinas with 9. He just picks up at another 3 seconds. David 46 seconds. And so on. That's not looking good. But Bruce Lee Harding in P5 don't have any time penalties. But, and then he will need to pit again. For new softs, I suppose, but he do need to pit again. If there's not a safety car, you know, I think Bruce Lee will be finishing on the podium.
Yeah, you've got Louis as well, who's managed to navigate his way through this chaos of a race so far, and he sees the guys ahead of him who will definitely have to pit again. So Louis will, as S&P Legendary picks up another 3-second time penalty, Louis will find himself back into second place, and who knows, Louis could even find himself fighting to get this win again, because JP is not shaking off JPH. I said he broke that DRS. JPH has got it back on him. Look at that, 0.3 of a second now. JPH will be hoping and wishing these guys go and pit in any time now.
Definitely, and Louis is in P4 at the moment. But his tires are only 9 laps old. The tires of JP are 12 laps old. At the end of this race, that could actually mean a tire advantage for Louis. The gap is almost nothing. So, if you want to ask me who is going to win this race, I think Louis is in the best spot to get this race win. If he can stay clean. Rens is just saying in the chat he thinks Messi was losing his patience a little bit. Was not the best of overtakes he ever done. Yeah, I got to agree with you, mate. I think he was a bit too greedy there, to be honest. But yeah, couldn't see it really good from my POV. What I did see from my POV is JPH into the lead of this Grand Prix with 10 laps old soft tires. And Jack, will he get the move done on JP as well now? Yes, he can. So that's Louis and JP now fighting for the race win, wheel to wheel.
Wow.
That's what we like to see.
This race, this is proving to be another cracking race here in Invictus, the F3 League. It's serving up some fantastic battles, not only for the lead as JP. Oh, that's bad for JPH, picking up another time penalty there. I think that totals to 6 seconds now. So, yeah, that's frustrating. But the Alpine team looking pretty strong again. Is look at that, Tinas up into 6th place now, but he's crucially got 9 seconds worth of penalties, which will really come back to haunt him. Daryl Whiffin, I was just about to say Daryl Whiffin, just sort of behind him. Look at that. Wow. JP has pitted, Mark. The Mercedes JP has pitted for softs.
Why did he do that? Just why?
And I didn't see a front wing change, so he didn't have damage. So did he not think he could take those mediums to the end, that they were already 13 lap old?
I have no idea, but look who is into P3. It's our Martinez. And he's got a 9-second penalties, but all the guys behind him, they have a lot of time penalties as well.
Wow.
Except O'Steven. O'Steven, if he can close this gap. He could be the guy to steal a podium here, but he needs to close the gap. 6.6 seconds at the moment. That's too big. He needs to close it down.
So what do you think? You just said you think Louis has a chance to win this race. If JPH pits any time now, which you'd imagine he will, Louis is going to have a 7-second lead to the next car behind him. That's massive.
Yellow.
As we got a flag. Yes, Dave DeCarla. Dave DeCarla has lost it. I think would be okay to. Oh no, JPH has been caught speeding in the pit lane, and that's 5 seconds. So unfortunately, that's really going to hurt him at the end of this race, despite how quick he'll probably be on those soft tyres. But yeah, there you go. Look, Mark. Louis, lap 27 in the lead with a 6.9 second advantage over second place. And look who's in third. Look who's in third. Wow, David 46. He's been pretty much nowhere most of this race, battling it out at the back. Finds himself in P3, but you can imagine the likes of Jack, JP behind are going to be like rockets on those brand new soft tyres.
Yeah, but don't forget about the time penalty situation there, because Tinus and David, they both have a 9-second time penalty. Oh, Steven don't. He don't have any penalties, but then there is a 7.5 second gap between David and O. Steven. So if David can extend that gap by just 2 seconds, and it looks to be like he is able to, because he just pulled away almost a second in a lap time. And then Jack, he's got a 6-second time penalty, but he's in the gearbox of O. Steven. And there he goes. He goes for the overtake, and he get the move done. So if he can drive 6 seconds away in those 8 laps remaining, Jack might be looking on a podium position in his first ever race.
That'd be incredible. What a story that'd be. As we see JP now lining up O. Steven, and O. Steven, unfortunately, he's been overtaken more than he's done the overtaking this evening, and it looks like the Mercedes driver is going to get the move done, but watch out for JPH behind. JPH is going to look to try and take advantage as well. He's late on the brakes, but not quite enough to get round O. Steven, and JP gets the move done into P5.
Here he goes.
He's got the move done.
He's got it done. He took a different line, and he caught O. Steven by surprise there. Epic move.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Really good move. And now we see every driver except Dave DeCarla is having a time penalty. So wow, this if Jack is staying clear of any more time penalties, he is getting a podium position. I'm pretty sure of that.
Yeah, especially David 46 has just picked up 3 more seconds of time penalties, which totals him up to 12 seconds. Our championship leader could find himself down in mid-7 to position 8 maybe towards the end of this race with 12 seconds worth of penalty. That's massive. So he'll be hoping not to pick up any more, because it's really going to harm his chances of scoring good points. As we see, O. Steven is not enjoying those medium tyres anymore. He's done 16 laps on him. He's coming in for his final pit stop on a softs, where I don't know where it's going to filter him out, but it has dropped him outside the point. So yeah, unfortunately again, Mark, it looks like both the McLarens are not going to score any points this evening. It's been another disaster really for the team.
I would say, yeah, it's just unfortunate for him. But my words about Jack getting a podium in his first race, those were a bit too early, because Luku is in P5.
Oh,
Closing up there. It's JP.
Sorry, SMP Legendary has lost it at turn 2, but he's managed to get underway again. And he's retired.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
How do you think Jack's nerves are right now, Mark?
Well, I think he has a heartbeat of at least 170 beats per minute, so at least. So, but yeah, those final 6 laps, I have no idea. I expected Jack to be closing in way more rapid than he is. He's got the better tires. if I'm correct. He's on only 3 laps old softs, but he will need to look behind now for JP. JP, he is only 4 tenths behind now. And he will be the one to gain a lot of positions because he has only 3 seconds of time penalties, while David has 12 seconds and Tinus has 9. So could we see JP steal those positions after the line and claim P2?
They're both rapidly catching David 46 now. You can tell those medium tyres are coming towards the end of their life now. Jack and JP and JPH would be on the back of that Ferrari for the next DRS straight. And I think, unfortunately for David 46, he's just going to be a sitting duck here, and he's going to have maybe 1, maybe 2. I don't think we'll have 3, but at least 2 cars fly past him. Here comes Jack. Jack makes the move nice and simple. Can JP do anything about it? I think JP's a bit too far behind. Yes, he is, but can he do it on the next DRS straight?
He was thinking about it, but can he do it on the next DRS straight? Let's see, he's got the DRS. David don't have the DRS, and he is already low on ERS, David. Yeah, this should be an easy overtake. There he goes for the inside, but David is really late on the brakes. Oh, minimal of room for the Mercedes driver there. JP a bit on the wide side of the track. They are going side by side to the X section now. Wheel bagging.
Wow.
But no, David tries to fight back, but he is losing the positions to JPH now as well. This is race done for David 40 with his time penalties, I think.
Yeah. His tyres are gone, aren't they? You can see he's just no grip left, and that, look at that battle with JP has cost him massively, because he was within half a second of Jack. He's now 2.3 seconds behind Jack, and he's going to be under massive pressure here from JPH behind. JPH is going to get the DRS, so JP could find himself not looking at Jack but looking at JPH and not having anything to do about it. So here comes JPH in the Alpine. It's too easy, isn't it? This, when you get DRS, look at that, nice and easy as it like, even before turn 1, he's already got the move done, and JP will be frustrated, I imagine, because he wants to try and go after Jack, but now he's got into a battle for P4 when he really wants to be having a battle for P3.
Yeah, but remember, JPH has got 11 seconds of time penalties. JP only has 3. True. So, if he can keep close, you know, he should be getting that position back, but he... Ooh, while I was talking, I just saw the gap between Tinus and Jack. And that's 3.4 seconds. Tinus has 9 seconds of penalty, Jack has only 6. So, if he can close down only 2 tenths more, Jack will still be in that podium.
Wow. Meanwhile, just further down, just to keep an eye on everybody throughout this race, Cos Messi in 10th place is slowly gaining on. Oh, that could be a massive mark. JP has picked up another time penalty. That's 6 seconds for him now. But yeah, just quickly, Cos Messi was just gaining on Emke in 9th place, but he's not going to get the DRS. He lost a bit of time through the 2nd and 3rd sector. So unfortunately for Cos Messi, he won't get DRS and he won't be able to have a go at Emke running on to turn 1.
I'm just looking at all the gaps, mate, and I have no idea who will get P2 and P3. Louis, he is going to take this race win if he can keep it clean, keep it steady, just as he is doing the whole race. He's just mastering it tonight. He's bossing around and he didn't set the foot wrong, so Louis in P1. That's the one I can tell, but behind that, I have no idea. I would say Jack for P2.
Yeah.
But then, the P3.
Has Jack made a mistake somewhere though, Mark, because he was gaining on Tinus, and it was, I believe, below 2 seconds, and then it's creeped back up to 2.5 seconds. So did Jack make a mistake through the S section somewhere? He has found that time back up through the stadium section, so yeah, he must have made a mistake through the S section because he's got that now within 2 seconds. So he's gained half a second with those last few corners. So Jack doesn't want to make any mistakes now. He's within touching distance of stealing second place here. Can he do it? As look, there you go. JP getting the move back on JPH. Bit of revenge there. And now JP will be hoping, praying that he can get rid of this Alpine and go and focus on Jack ahead. But the problem JP's got is, even if he did overtake Jack, he's got more time penalties than Jack.
Yeah, that's true. So Jack with 6 seconds of penalties now. And then JP with 6 seconds. Oh. Yeah, Jack has 6 seconds.
I thought they only had 3. Apologies, my mistake.
No, Jack has 6 seconds and Tinas has 9, so the gap between those two should be 3 seconds. Maybe that's where you were thinking about. But Jack is closing down Tinas really fast. The gap is 1.7 seconds, 1.8 now. 2.5 laps to go. Yeah, same penalties between JP and Jack. You are right there, Joe. Bruce Lee Harding, he could gain a couple of positions as well. He only has 3 seconds. But Jack, I think Jack will get the move, and Tina's done on track in the final lap. I think he will get it done. The gap is only 1.3 seconds, so if he can gain like 3/10 in this lap.
The problem I think he's got is JP's just lost a bit of time there. I was just about to say JP is gaining on Jack as we see a move further back. Darrell Whiffen has just overtaken Bruce Lee Harding into turn 1, aided by the DRS. Darrell Whiffen up to P7. So yeah, I reckon Tinas is going to lose out on a podium here due to time penalties, and it's looking increasingly like it's going to be Jack second and JP in third place. Hopefully nobody has an issue, but look at that, you were right. It's looking like potentially a move on the final lap, because look, Jack is now within DRS of Tinas ahead.
Yeah, let's see what he can do. And Louis, he's got 6 seconds of penalties now. It will be crucial for him to not get any more in the final lap, because Jack, he will be, well, not close enough because he has time penalties as well. Good morning there, Mark. All right, let's see the final lap. Louis is already on the final lap. Can Jack get the move done on the outside of Tinas? Easy does it. No problem there at all. Into P2 for Jack.
Nice move that from Jack, wasn't it? Made it look really easy. And wow, I bet he didn't think he would be getting himself in a position to fight for a podium place. He's drove very well tonight on his debut. Tinas trying to hang on to the back of him, and JP now also within an opportunity to overtake Tinas, but I think it'd be very tricky through this last few sectors. But I have to say, he's going through as JPH picks up another time penalty. That could really hurt him for big points. He's coming up to the stadium section now, Mark. Louis, it's been absolutely fantastic tonight. Absolutely superb in qualifying. He's thoroughly deserved this, hasn't he?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. The fireworks go out for him. He's in the final corner. Brilliant race. Masterclass from Louis in the Red Bull. And yeah, he deserves this one. Takes home the win tonight in the F3 League. And then, I have no clue what will happen. Jack finishes P2. And he is keeping the podium position for Jack in his first ever IRL race. JP takes home P3, another podium for him, and Tina's just lost out on podiums. In P4, JPH in P5, David finishes P6. Daryl crossed the line, but he will lose out some position. He's in P8 right now, Emke in P9. Cosmesi jumped up to P9. Wow, guys are jumping all over. But I think this is about it. Yes. But what a race from Louis that was. Legendary race, Louis. That's what Joe just said. That's I totally agree. And driver of the day for Jack. He will be delighted with today's performance. First race in the Invictus Racing League. On the podium and driver of the day. What a night for him. What a night.
Absolutely fantastic. He'll be over the moon with that to get himself on the podium. Another podium for JP. I can imagine he'd be a bit frustrated it wasn't a win, but crucially, he's finished ahead of his rivals, so he'll be gaining on them this evening. That's for sure.
Yeah, he will be gaining and gaining, and well, he will be in the shot. He will be nearly to the top of the field now in the standings. But here are our final race results. Louis in P1, Jack in P2, and JP the final podium position in P3. Tinas takes on P4, JPH P5, Bruce Lee Harding P6, David 40 P7. He lost a lot of points today, and he really needed a good result to maintain that championship lead. Daryl P8, Cosmesi P9, and Michael Lutke in P10, the final podium, the final points position. Then we see Emke P11, Dave de Kale P12, and O Steven in P13. If we go further down, we see Surspot in P14, the last driver who finished this race. He was a lap down, but he did finish. And then, unfortunately, legendary Jolly, Saudi, and Efron Richard, they didn't see the checkered flag. What a race we had. Brilliant.
Yeah.
And hopefully
absolutely brilliant.
We can get the guys in for a quick word of the interview. I bet you will be delighted to ask some questions to Jack. Well, same to the other guys, of course, but on his first race.
I'm just trying to get Jack in with us as well. I believe we've got JP. I'm hoping we get our race winner in with us as well. Louis, just bear with me if you could just if you wouldn't mind while I just quickly sort this out, Mark. Just oh, there we go. I will get it underway. I was just about to say I wondering where Louis is, but here he is. So race winner with us. I'll just try and get Jack in as well. So we'll start off with our race winner tonight. Louis, absolutely fantastic race and qualifying from yourself this evening. How did that go? Because at first, when we saw you go onto those soft tyres, we thought the race victory might have slipped out of your hands.
Yeah, I just thought it was gone as well, to be fair. I mean, I was happy with the qualifying, so I just wanted to, no safety cars sort of situation, get away cleanly and just, build on the gap. But I think it was unlucky to get the safety car straight after I put my softs on, so I thought I'll go for mediums, and then with a few laps under the safety car, should be able to push them to the end and just hope that there'd be a big enough gap, which luckily there was.
Yeah, yes, there was plenty of time penalties, and as you say, that gap big enough in the end. It was a bit quieter race for yourself towards the end compared to what we had further back. And I would like to say, moving on to further back, second place, we've got new rookie in the Realistic Performance League and debut for Jack. What a debut that is. Second place. How are you feeling? And welcome, by the way, to Invictus.
Oh, thanks very much. I'm over the moon. I won't lie. Race just panned out well. Safety car came out at the right time. I got really lucky with the timing on that because I was trying to extend the mediums, but we just got a bit lucky really with the safety car, and then the pace was just nice on the soft tyres, and I had to make a few lunges where I needed to get into some clean air, and had to shake Jordan off me as well under that second pit stop, and just about pulled away, and that was it in the end.
Yeah, what a race! I'll be honest, I did not expect that, so that is absolutely fantastic for you. I'm delighted to see on your race debut here with us that it's turned into a podium. Fantastic result there. Congratulations. And we'll move on to JP. JP, I think I don't know, you could tell me if I'm wrong, but you might have felt a bit frustrated you haven't got the race victory tonight, but you must be pleased that you've got a podium and you've finished ahead of your rivals.
Yeah, no, it was a fun race. I think going into it, I wasn't that confident really. I was struggling in practice, and I'll take a podium any day really. It was good racing as well. I think I might have been one of the unfortunate ones with the safety car. I just pitted, and then about 3 or 4 laps later it came out, so it wasn't ideal. And then, oh, what happened then? Oh yeah, I stayed out, and everybody else pitted, so I was on those old mediums, and it was not fun. But yeah, no, it was. I managed to just get back into it then on the or on the softs, and Jack was very quick. I could not keep up with him. I tried to, but he was too quick. And JPH as well. He was super quick, but I just managed to hold him off. So yeah, good racing though.
Yeah, very good racing. And just quickly back to you, Louis. We're moving on to Imola next week. It's interesting racing round there. It's usually quite tricky to race around. Have you raced, practiced much and raced around there yourself? And are you looking forward to it?
Sadly, no, I've not done a lot of practice on Imola, but to be honest, I've not done. I kind of wait until the next, track comes up on the calendar, and then I just focus solely on that specific track and just practice and practice. But I feel as though it's going to be a tricky one because on all the older games, obviously the calendar's more or less stayed the same. So with Imola being like a new edition, it's going to take a lot of practice. But I would like to hope to do well, but we'll see.
Fingers crossed for you, and again, congratulations on tonight. And Mark, we've had another cracking race this evening, plenty of time penalties involved, and a fantastic debut from one of our drivers. It was a good one to watch this evening.
Yeah, it was a brilliant race. And Rens in the chat is asking a quick question for JP. Were you not okay with the mediums or concerned about the later wear in the race? Good question there, I think. JP, can you maybe answer that one?
Sorry, could you just repeat the question?
Yeah, sure, no problem. Were you not okay with the medium tires, or were you maybe concerned about the tire wear later on in the race when you pitted?
Yeah, well, I was going to soft, medium, soft was my original strategy, and I was assuming that there would be no safety cars, but obviously the safety car came out, and then I was on the mediums. It wasn't like a particularly long stint, but I was just really struggling.
Okay. I can imagine, mate. But well done to all the podium finishes. It was a really good race to watch, and I am sure Imola next week will be as entertaining as it was tonight. But yes, so far this evening, I think amazing racing, really cool overtakes, cool battles, and yeah, this was the IRL PlayStation F2 League, sponsored by Nailcourt Hall and brought to you in partnership with gridfinder.com. If you like what you've seen, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for plenty of more racing, starting tomorrow in the Realistic Performance League. And then, of course, next week on Monday, we have the F1 League. On Tuesday, the F2, Wednesday, F3. So plenty of good racing. Hope to see you all there. And thank you for watching tonight. Take care and have a good night. Bye-bye.